Hello, hello, hello. Beautiful people. Beautiful people. Okay, so I am coming live, okay, because I have a dilemma. All right. Hey, Kathy, thank you. So I have this little dilemma here. And I wanted to get everybody's input on it because everybody knows that we have been going through Mercury retrograde and X's have been popping up left and right. Okay. Hi, Diane. Hi, Ray of Sunshine. I know I can't be. Hi, Taya Lee. I know I can't be the only one who's had X's pop up. Okay. So let me tell you what popped up. And it's so ironic today that this popped up. So I have an ex who actually is my first. Okay. He is the very first guy that I slept with from high school. He is my first. I don't know what I can say. He was my first love. And he broke my heart. All right. He got married. I actually came to the state that I'm in, thinking that I was going to rekindle with him, only to find out that he was living with another woman and he ended up proposing to that woman when he and I were gotten into a fight. Okay. He was taking me out to dinner, he was whining and dining me, and then all of a sudden we got into a fight. And hey, True. Hey. And we got into a fight, and when we got into the fight, he ended up proposing to another woman. So it broke my heart. We're twins. We are twins. He is my twin. Okay. And so we still have a very strong attraction to each other, very cat and mouse attraction. I don't talk to him because, oh, you like my t-shirt? It's my restaurant, Three Girls and a Philly Cheesesteak, that was here in Georgia. It closed down now, but I'm gonna reopen it soon. But thank you, Tanya Lee. So, okay, so my twin contacted me, guys. All right. My twin contacted me. My twin wants to, what did he say? He said he wanted closure about how we ended things. We ended things, we had an argument in a restaurant downtown Atlanta. And you said, I am not surprised by this. I told you X's are popping up everywhere. Okay. So he hit me up and he's just like, he's actually going through a divorce. And he feels like he chose the wrong woman, but he chose her for money. And he did tell me this. Okay. He feels that his karma, because the marriage only lasted for 3 years, spiritual number, he feels like that's part of his karma for how he did me. And so he wants me to meet up with him to have dinner to gain closure. We never really had closure. We did talk to each other off and on for a little bit. Every now and then he does text me and message me and ask me how I'm doing. Okay. And I tell him I'm fine and I'm with someone, or I just say I'm fine and that's it, and I ask him how he's doing and he's like, fine. Okay. So here goes the thing. Even after we stopped talking, right? I opened up my business and basically he said, you stay on your side of town and I'll stay on my side of town. So, he moved to a different side of town and I stayed on my side of town and we stayed apart from each other. But when I opened my business, he came on the first day that I opened to support my business, even though he said that we were going to stay apart from each other. Okay. So, I'm not saying that we're trying to be together or anything, right? But he feels as though he owes me an explanation as to why he kind of left me hanging, even though he still felt that way about me. I mean, it was bad, guys. It was really bad. Okay. It was like literally he called me up out of the blue. I called him and told him I need a lawyer to do some business stuff. And he was like, I can't be friends with you anymore. And I was like, what? And like, we're both shaking. Our voices are both shaking. And he's like, I can't be friends with you anymore, but I wish you the best. And I was like, what do you mean? You're just going to let me go? I mean, we've known each other since 8th grade, since high school. You're just going to, that's it. And I was just like, you would get, Tanya Lee said, I would go because I'm nosy. I know. I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I know. What am I saying? I know I'm going to go. Okay. I mean, it's my twin, for crying out loud. Okay. So I decided. So we had, so what happened was he came to my restaurant, and I actually had a sandwich in my restaurant named after him. I never thought he was going to show up because we had this whole thing. You stay on your side and stay on my side. And I remember calling him, like one of the last conversations we had, I was like, if you don't love me, then tell me. If you don't love me, then tell me, and I will walk away and I will never bother you again. And he hung up the phone on me, and he texted me 10 minutes later, I don't love you. And I said, you're a punk because you couldn't say it. You had to text it. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. Go ahead. So that was one of our last exchanges. The restaurant that we had a disagreement in one time, is this a twin? Yes, it is a twin flame situation. One of the restaurants that we met at downtown, we were having a disagreement about family and how you can't let family get involved in your relationship. And he was telling me that, you know, I would have to learn how to put up boundaries around our relationship if we were going to be together. And he was specifically saying certain people. Oh, you want to see how I walk in heels? I will put up a video of how I walk in heels. Okay. God knows I have enough of them. I have some brand new heels I think I'm going to wear. And I have some Via Spigas that I just bought recently. So I'm thinking about wearing those. I'm not sure what I'm going to wear. All I do know is I had thought about wearing the dress that I wore when he stormed out the restaurant on me because we had this argument before I flew back home at the time. So I was thinking about wearing those heels and wearing the same exact outfit that I had on when we went to dinner that night. And just so he could see that I could still wear that same outfit and those same shoes and I still look fabulous. So either way, I think that the timing is really kind of crazy because we're coming out of Mercury retrograde and all the planets are going straight. And so I figured, you know, yesterday, that's why, yeah, that's why yesterday I put up the video that people need to let go. You need to let go of people, because if you let go, you have new people coming in. Okay. Why? Some of them are going to be exes. Some of them are going to be brand new people. But the point of the matter is, like, you've got to let go in order to get these new people to come in. Okay. So I think that for him, marrying this woman for money and then realizing that he chose money over love, it really kind of, like, I think he now understands it. Now, here goes the crazy thing, because we are twins, okay? I could sense that he was on his way back to me. I felt it. I didn't know in what capacity, but I knew that he was coming back, okay? I knew it. I knew that he was going to come back towards me. I knew that he was going to come for me. I didn't know that he would come for me in the sense of spirit. What is Jew? I didn't know what capacity he was going to come back. Okay. But as twins, you always feel your twin. So, and I mean, this is the first man I ever had sexual intercourse with in high school. Okay. I went to prom with him. So this is probably like the only man that, like I was going to marry him. He was going to marry me. And, you know, you're always never separated. Exactly. We're always never separated. Okay. But the alignment, the things are different now. He's about to not be married and I am not married. I'm not married. So, he's a Capricorn. I'm a Virgo. We're both earth signs. We're both about career. We're both about stability and home and building something. We were both a little immature, so we had to grow. Okay. Yeah. We could make it work this time around. I'm sure that we could. There's always been a friendship there that will never go anywhere. And even when I was having like bad times in relationships, I hate to say this, but he was my buddy. Like, he would cheer me up. He would make me, tell me that I was amazing and, you know, tell me that I deserved better. But I always felt like, see, he's coming. This is him rushing in. Knight of Swords. Two of Swords. wanting to, you know, reconcile, compromise, talk, get truth out on the table. The High Priestess, intuition, knowing, okay, knowing, wounded, boundaries, okay, coming out of a battle that's come to an end of a cycle. So this is like telling me that he is telling the truth, okay? He is telling the truth that he is coming out of a situation that is completely over. All right. This is why I did this reading, because I was trying to feel out like what if I go, well, if I go, I'm going, what are you saying? Okay. When I go, what's going to be a lie? What's going to be the truth? Okay. So he is telling the truth. He's coming out of a situation and he has been through hell with this person. Okay. Let's see, bottom of the deck. 4 Wands. Look at that shit. 4 Wands. And we know the 4 Wands speaks of stability, moving in, home. Okay. So, wow, look at that. Okay. So let's keep going. Okay. So I'm going to clarify this 9 of Wands because I kind of want to know what happened that made him so wounded. Okay. What happened with that other relationship? All right. All right. All right. Seven of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 4 Swords. So this relationship that he's coming out of, it's been done for a while now. Okay. It looks like it's been done for a while. So this is not like it looks like it's not like he's just hitting me up out of the blue. He invested a lot of time and energy in this and it didn't move the way that he thought it would. So with the 9 of Swords, it still just was not, it was extreme torment. He was, he went through a period of depression and upset behind it. And with the 4 of Swords, he took a time out to rest. And now he's at this point of coming out of a rest phase. Okay. Now we also have the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, and the King of Cups. So he did stand his ground. This is, this is kind of telling me, let me clarify this King of Cups, because I kind of feel like he walked away from the situation and there may have been people trying to pull him back to it. And he's like, no, I'm not doing this any longer. The King of Cups, oh my God, the King of Cups is clarified with the Hermit card, which is me, Virgo. But it looks like more than anything else that he took a time out to soul search to see why the situation didn't work out. One of the things that the universe tells us is that in order to move forward, we have to cut shit completely off. So he would have never even been able to come my way if he didn't end this completely. Okay. It would not work. Okay. And I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't accept it. So when I see the 6 of Swords, this is somebody that's got all their baggage, all their shit, and they're like done. Okay. Now, I mean, I kind of feel kind of funny because, the King of Cups is clarified with the Hermit card, which is Virgo. And if you look in a little lantern, Spirit is bringing to my attention the star. There's a star inside that lantern. Have people ever noticed that? It's a star inside the lantern. Okay. Yeah. So it's almost like going within to figure out what went wrong and figure out and like justice, determine, oh shit. Wow. This is 3 major arcanas. The King of Cups is clarified with the Hermit card, the Justice card, and the Death card. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If I would want to see this combination, this tells me this is somebody who took some time off to look within, do the work. Okay. This is them coming to the conclusion on what's fair for them, what's just to them. Okay. Their truth. All right. Balancing the scales within themselves. And then the Death card, the person actually doing the work to move forward, actually cutting off people and ending situations that didn't serve him in order to move forward. So this is like a complete transformation for him. So this is weird because I don't, oh my God, look, the next card is the Emperor. Holy shit. This is the man that takes charge of situations. This is the man that knows what he wants. And let's take a look at this because I got to show you guys this. And I will say he was an emperor. He did not play games when it came to when he knew what he wanted. That was one thing I always liked about him. Now look at the Hermit card, right? So we have the Hermit card right here. And as you can see, the Hermit card is the old man. He's got the beard. His head is down. He's trying to figure out where he's going. What is he doing? What brought me to this point? He's like really trying to seek knowledge, okay? But then we have Justice, right? Which is about speaking your truth, having, putting an end to situations that don't serve you in a fair and just manner, okay? And then we have the Death card, which is transformation. So really, when you look at this, the Hermit transforms into the Emperor. Look at the beards. The Hermit, the man that is closed off, trying to understand things, now has transformed into the Emperor. And we all know that the Emperor rules his world, like, and I'm going to say that about him. He was like that with me. He put his foot down. He had certain rules and certain standards for our relationship. And he made it very clear that I belonged to him when I was with him. And he wanted everybody to know. I remember when we were out one time in our hometown, and he posted pictures of us at this restaurant, and everybody was like, "What?" And they were like, "We didn't even know that you guys were together during high school, that you guys even followed each other during high school." And look, he's still waiting for my answer on dinner tonight, right? He already knows I'm going. I don't know why he's bothering. So that, he wasn't the man that was afraid to put it out there. This is the man that went to my parents 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and told my mom, like, I love her and I want to be with her. And my mom was like, what? And he was like, I don't care. I want her. Okay. And now my mom, being the one she is, the way she is, she said, even with all that weight on her, superficial. But he was just like, he looked at me like, I don't give a damn about that. Like, I love her. I want to be with her. But it's always been this runner chaser shit with us. I'm going to be honest with you. Our whole life from 8th grade, okay? It has been this runner chaser thing from God knows when. All right. But it looks like here that this situation didn't work out. I still want to know more about why this didn't work out. I'm going to clarify this 9 of Swords. I still want to know more. I mean, he wasn't a cheater. And honestly, I have to say this, he wasn't a cheater. When I was with him, and if you ever want to read about us, my book Soul Scream, I talk about our relationship. I talk about my affair with him. I talk about how I broke it off to like get myself together. It's in Barnes and Noble by Nikki. Okay. And it's I think it's $12.95. You can order it online. Okay. It's on Amazon too. I'll put the link below, but I detail our sex life, and because our sex life was very carnal. Okay. And I'm sharing this with you because this is how twins can be. And I want to be real with you on this connection. Okay. So we went to dinner one night to meet his sister for dinner. We didn't make it out the car to the restaurant. Okay. That's the kind of connection that we had. It was the kind of connection. It was very 50 Shades. Very, very 50 Shades. Okay. Him being the dominant and me being the submissive. So it's twin connections are really strong. Okay. Really, really strong. All right. For those of you who have not met your twin, when you sleep with them, you will know. Okay. The only other person that I've had that connection with is my life partner, or one of my life partners. Okay. Outside of that, those two, I had a soulmate that was close, but not quite. Okay. All right. Clarifying the 9 of Swords, we have the Queen of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. See? Now, see? Okay. So look, we have the Queen of Cups here. So there was a time when he was looking, it looks like there was a third party situation here. Okay. It looks like there was a third party situation here. He may have had two women that he was dealing with. Now, see, this is different for me because, like I said, when I dealt with him, I never had infidelity issues. If anything, when he was working, he wanted me to be there with him, you know, because he had his own business. So when he worked his own business, I would work with him. We were working together. You know, when I was building my business, we were doing things together. So this is definitely, it looks like a third party situation. Look, 3 of Wands, right? 3 of Wands, 5 of Wands, Page of Wands. But look, we have two queens presenting themselves, and this is not me. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, and the 2 of Wands in between. Okay, so I'm going to tell you. Let me clarify this 2 of Wands. Oh shit! You know what? This man had the choice between 2 women. I don't know if he cheated or what, but I guess he would have had to. Okay, but to clarify the 2 of Wands, there goes the Queen of Pentacles, me, and the Hangman and the Magician card. So while he was going through this fighting with the 2 women, it looks like instead of choosing one, he started to think about me and reminisce over me. And then he decided to manifest me. Okay. Yep. Baby's mom. So what he did, so what I did, I was like, oh, well, we're not doing that. So I paid for a hotel the whole time he was in town. All right. So she got mad. So when he went to go pick up his daughter, she was just like, no, I don't want my daughter. Da, 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 da. Well, he has a visitation order and it's legal and it's through the courts because he's about his business. Okay. So he told her straight out. He bent down, and I'll never forget, the house was high up on a hill. He bent down and I saw him pointing to the car. And I was like, what is he doing? Because I heard them arguing. He pointed to the little girl and he said, that right there, that's my daughter too. Okay. That right there in the car, that's mine too. You're not my priority. These 2 are. These 2 women are. Okay. So I'm going to take my daughter. And if you have a problem with it, then you can take me back to court because these 2 belong to me. And I'm taking these 2 with me right now. Well, let's just say she got the little girl's coat on and sent her right on out the door. All right. But you know what? I'm still not getting, I still haven't gotten the 3 of Swords. I've gotten enough 3s. I've gotten enough 3s to verify it. Okay, Spirit, why was he cheating? Or why did he cheat? Okay, Servant. Okay, Priest. Okay. Home. Okay, home. Tell me more. Okay, I'm going to tell you he wasn't fulfilled. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he felt he stayed in the marriage because of societal guidelines. But look at the Servant card. He felt like he was in service to this woman. Okay. But with the Merchant card here, if you could see, the Merchant card is looking out over the water because he wants something more. Okay. The Merchant card has to do with professional goals, aspirations. So what I'm feeling like is that if I'm getting this right, what I feel like is that he felt like the marriage hindered him from being able to move forward and be able to attain his business goals and such. Yeah, because the Merchant is looking at money. Okay, so you know what? This makes perfect sense. Okay, look at it this way. If you get into a relationship with someone, right, because of money, right, but it's their money, it's not yours. Okay, so then you decide that I'm going to build my aspirations because I want my own money. Okay, I want my own money. So, but the person you're with doesn't want you to have your own money because they feel like you'll be too empowered. So they would rather hinder you from gaining your own money and moving forward instead of building with you. Because once you gain your own money, they can't throw in your face, well, I did this for you, or I paid for the mortgage, or I paid for the bills. They can't do that anymore. Okay? They can't do that. So this is, hello. So this looks like this was the problem. He felt hindered by the relationship and by the home. I don't think that I don't think he wanted this to happen now. Yeah, with the widower and the waiting card, I feel like this was a hard truth for him to accept, that he wasn't getting to his aspirations. He wasn't achieving all of his goals. And I feel like he had his own goals, and he always did. He always had amazing goals. He did. And he always was a team player. Yeah, waiting only to end up in sorrow. Okay. You know, you guys got to check out All Seeing Eye Tarot. Bella Dutch, she did her weekly. All right. I always tell you guys when I find readers and their readings are always on point. Her reading is on point, always. And so you need to check out her weekly, because him being an earth sign, right? And me being an earth sign, and I have to go soon because I have to meet him for dinner. Him being an earth sign, me being an earth sign, he's a Capricorn. And in her weekly reading, she was talking about air and earth, and how there was a man that was constantly sleeping with the mother of his child or his wife, thinking that if he slept with them, that he would get them under control to be able to leave them and move on. But she said the problem is they keep sleeping with that person. And when they sleep with that person, because they won't cut the sex off, it is, you make that person feel like they're in charge of you, and that you're like, basically you're their submissive and they're not letting you go. So she was like telling Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, you need to stop sleeping with your ex if you're trying to move on, because they're never going to let you go. They look at you as theirs and they feel like they own you. Okay. So I feel like this is one of those situations where somebody felt like if he gets his own money, he's going to become his own person. So I can't let him achieve those aspirations. I've got to keep him in this waiting mode. You know, oh, we'll get to your stuff next year. We'll get to your stuff this year, whatever, and not attaining anything. And he probably continued going on with it, only to figure out that this person was never going to support his goals the way that he supported theirs. Okay. In order to keep him controlled. All right. Now, I want to know how he feels about me. So let me put these back in, and we're going to pull some cards and see how he feels about me. Does he still feel the same way he did? Does he still feel as strong about me? Or am I wasting my time even going to dinner? Or, well, no, I'm not wasting my time going to dinner. He actually recommended that we go to the restaurant that we had a fight in, and that we redo that memory. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea, because I don't like going to that restaurant because I remember the argument. So I haven't been back to the restaurant in 5 years, which is really messed up because I like the restaurant. But yeah, so he said, let's go back there and redo the memory. And I said, you know what? That's a good idea. The one thing about him is that we were really great friends. We were always great friends. So I feel like anything that, takes place with us will always be rooted in our friendship, because he never cheated on me. He never devalued me. He always appreciated me. And the one thing he always did was protect me. He kept me safe always. Okay. How does he feel about me? I just think that with the Mercury retrograde and Lionsgate, I just feel like, maybe Spirit is presenting these new opportunities and people should just jump into it. Look at this shit. The first card off the top, the Lover card. You will not believe this shit. The first card off the top, Kathy, is the Lover's card. Woo. Okay. The size. The frivolity. The house. Love. This is unfucking believable. I haven't spoken to this man in 3 years since he got married. Once he got married, I just felt like it wasn't right to talk to him. Okay. All right. The sweetheart. The cards do not lie. The consolation. The soldier. The fortune. The jackpot. The victory. The win. So what it feels like to me is that this guy is trying to strategize winning a victory for himself in love. And with the home, he's looking for stability. Now, I already knew that because at the bottom of the deck, we had the Four of Wands. And it's so funny because I was listening to readings that were saying, I'm not glowing. I was listening to readings that were saying that there was going to be somebody coming in quick. And it was going to be a quick relationship. Okay. And this is quick. I don't, but the one thing I will say is because we have history, I don't have to start all over with him again. I might have to get to know him, but a little bit, like the person he's been for a while. But I know him. I know his mom. His mom loves me. His sisters love me. His family loves me. And when he got engaged to the other girl, his mother actually told me, hold off. You don't know if he's going to marry her. Just wait. And I said, how can you say that? They're planning a whole wedding. She said, just wait. Okay. She's like, don't give up. And I was like, how do I not give up? I don't, how do I not give up? And so this is something, this is catching me a little off guard. I'm not going to say that I'm not feeling valued. And it's nice to know that he can acknowledge that what I felt for him was real. It wasn't a game. We didn't play games with our emotions. We didn't. We were very serious with each other. And we didn't play when we were together. We were a team. We did everything together. We built together, So, whew, let's pull some outcome cards and let's pull some oracle cards for outcome. All right. And then I'm going to get off here and get ready to go on this date for closure. I guess it's not a date. Is it a date? I think it's a date. I don't know. All right. So let's pull, let's have some fun. Let's start with the Rebel deck and see what the Rebel deck has to say. All right. Can I get a reading? Sure, Maurice Evans Jones. Just email me or go to my website, Sapphire Dragonfly Tarot, or SapphireDragonfly.us. Okay. SapphireDragonfly.us. My email address is on the front page if you need to email me. Okay. I feel like you're not, are you tech savvy? I don't know why I just heard he's not that tech savvy. So it's cool if you email me, I can schedule you. Okay. But everything is on SapphireDragonfly.us. All right. This weekend, guys, I'm really excited about the Atlanta event Saturday. He actually said that he's going to come support me. So for those of you that come out, you might actually get to make my twin. So that's if I let you guys anywhere near him. I'm just joking. Okay. All right. So the card that came up said, you do you. Stop trying to change people. That shit never works. So I think personally that that's like telling me is just be you. Don't worry about anything else. Okay. Now from the bottom of the deck, some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. So that's basically telling me don't let past issues mess with this. Okay. Don't let, heartbreak or anything else I've been through. Don't let it mess with what this is, with this coming or what it is. Go with the flow. You got this. Yeah, I'm nervous as hell. Okay. But I'm going to tell you one reason why when I reconnected with him, it was my twins were 10 years, I think they were 9 years old, 10 years old. And I remember I still had like a lot of weight on me from because I had the cesarean with my sons, and they did that damn bikini cut telling me that I'd get back to my bikini in no time. I haven't worn a bikini since I had the damn cesarean. Okay, which is crazy because I used to wear bikinis all the time, but I'm going to get back to that. They messed up my muscles. Okay, so when I saw him, I wasn't really, and I wasn't taking care of myself. I was wearing one of my husband's dress shirts with a pair of jeans and a pair of sneakers. Like I really was like on a, like not doing shit to impress anybody. So when I saw him, and it was at the skating rink, and he was there with his daughter and his daughter's mom, and I was there. With my kids. It was around a Christmas holiday, and I'll never forget. Yeah, this is 10 years ago now. I'll never forget. He just walked over to me and was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my God, I look bad. I look bad." And he said to me, he was like, "You look gorgeous." And I was like, "Okay, if he can see gorgeous past all this shit right here, and like I look a mess, okay, that must be love." Okay, it must be love. So the next card I have here is shit. What does it say? Shit is going down with your job. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. So that might apply to some of you guys. And then I'm going to take another one from the bottom and then another one from the top, and then I'm going to end with that. Okay. I have from the bottom, I have get the fuck outside, move your ass. Your body is pissed at you. Well, I'm about to in Florence heels. All right. And then the next card is, dude, I love her. The next card is fucking apologize. Seriously, just do it. Okay. So it's really cool because the one thing I will say about him and I is that no matter how long it is, we don't have a problem apologizing to each other. We don't intentionally hurt each other. And he has an ego, but he's never used it with me. Okay. If anything, he's dealt with other women, and I knew that I knew when we had a long distance relationship going on 10 years ago that it meant that he would deal with other women when I was out of town, because I'm a physical being. I'm a spiritual being. I care less about this meat suit. So I was like, he's sleeping with another woman, but when I come into town, I'm the priority. And he made that very clear. So I had never, ever had any woman disrespect me, not even his mother, the mother of his child, ever. Okay. And he made that very clear who I was. Period. And it's funny because when we went out one time, this girl kept on talking to him, and she was like always in his face. And I was just like, "Who are you?" And you know, me being rude, I was like, "Who are you?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm Angela. I hang out with him when you're not here, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Oh." I said, "Did he tell you who I am?" And she said, "Yes, he explained it to me." And I said, "Good. That's all I need to know. As you were." I just wanted to remind her, when I'm here, I am his priority. And he actually said to me, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I'm absolutely fine." He said, "Did she say something to offend you?" I said, "No, she didn't." He said, "Okay, let's go home." So, yeah, it is 7:40. I'm going to get dressed because I am getting ready to head out to get closure with my twin, which is going to be absolutely amazing. And no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to do that. I was going to say maybe it'll be a late night. No, it's not. We're fun. We're like really fun. We go out and do fun stuff. So we might go out to dinner, and then afterwards we might go to the park, or we might go have like we used to have water gun fights and shit. We used to have fun together. So I don't know. We might go do something. We might go bowling or something like that. So I'll probably take my sneakers just in case, because you know we're just like that. Okay. So I will let you guys know in the AM how this went. Let's put it tomorrow afternoon. Okay. By 12 o'clock, maybe a little later. I'll let you know. All right. I'm feeling giddy. I'm feeling like I'm back in high school. Okay. So I love you guys. That is the should I go out with my first for closure. All right. So I love you guys. Bye.